I wrote a report outlining all of the strange events that had surrounded Janet's death, and I sent it to the Society for Psychical Research, the SPR. And I became a member. And I said to them, if you ever need someone to go out into the field to investigate hauntings or psychic phenomena, then I'm your man. Send me. I've had first-hand experience. Let me investigate haunted houses. Let me investigate seances and reports of poltergeists.
Poltergeists?
Can you tell me how the project came about?
Well, me and Kira had worked together on various other productions, and then I wrote the initial script for the Enfield Poltergeist, really with Kira in mind to play the part of both Janets, because I knew she'd be very good at that. So that's how it all started, and then I said to Kira, here's a script, what do you think? And luckily she said, yes, let's do it. There you are. Well done.
Well done.
Yes, well done. Well done on fooling me, on fooling us all, into making us believe there was a ghost, a poltergeist. You were just messing around, weren't you? Just having a lark.
What do you mean?
Oh, you know.
I don't understand. I thought we were friends, that our demons did a thing.
Were you pretending?
There's been a lot of changes since that initial script got sent.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so now we're sort of listed as co-writers, co-producers, co-directors, co-everything on it, because as Kira just said, the story has changed so much and the script has changed so much through nearly a year, really, of workshopping it and rehearsing it, and you know.
We've both had input as well, so it wasn't like just one of us wrote the script base. And then everything got worse and worse until you arrived, Morris. Morris from the Society for Episcopal Research, with a daughter called Janet, but I'm not your Janet, I'm my Janet.
The Society for Psychical Research.
Yes.
Tell me more about this voice.
Huh?
You said the poltergeist makes me talk in a funny voice. You said it makes me talk in a funny voice.
Kira, can you think of any specific things that you contributed writing-wise?
I can remember a specific word. When Janet Hodgson is saying Bill throws her out of bed and then throws her toys across the room, I remember saying it and being like, no, there's no way you would have written throw twice, and then I checked the script and he had. So I changed the second one to chuck. Yeah. So it wasn't the same word twice. But there's other things.
There's just so many. Just so many. And all of the mannerisms of Janet and things were things that I'd never, that weren't scripted. Yeah. And I had in my mind, had no sort of idea of that it's Janet, it's Kira who's really inhabited both Janets and brought them to life, you know, in ways that my original script never did.
Thank you. It bangs on the walls and it smashes the windows and it throws me out of bed and it chucks our toys across the room and it makes me talk in a funny voice, in a voice that comes from the back of my throat, like someone stood right behind me saying the words, but then the words come out of me and it makes me say things I don't mean, that upset people and make them think I'm strange and weird and odd.
Obviously it's based on the true event. Did you research it in great detail?
Well, I've been interested in sort of ghost stories and anything weird, UFOs, anything weird and wonderful all my life. So the Enfield Poltergeist was always something that's been there. And I've always thought, it would make a great show. The story of Enfield Poltergeist, can't believe nobody's ever made a show of it. There's been a couple of TV things, you know, of varying qualities. And so the main book about the events is This House is Haunted by a guy called Guy Lyon Playfair. And so I read that several times. And then and then the idea of the story really started when for me, the story is not necessarily about what happened in the house on Green Street. It's the baggage that Morris brought with him to the house on Green Street, his own daughter's death. For me, that was where I wanted to tell the story from. And then the light bulb moment was when I thought that Kira could play both Janets. That's when I thought, no, that's how I can make it work, you know, as a two-hander and tell the story that I wanted to tell. What's your name, Spirit?
My name's Bill.
And why are you here, Bill?
This is my house. They can all fuck off. This is my house. I died in that chair where you're sitting. That's where I died.
And what happened when you died, Spirit?
This is my house.
This isn't your house anymore, Spirit. This house belongs now to a young family. A young family that, well, just want to be left alone, Spirit.
A family? Is that what you call it? A group of hysterical women and stupid cute boys with no man, no real man, to look after them and bring a wage in? Is that what they call a family these days?
Is there a theme you think that's come out of this?
Love and relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People struggling to come to terms with their past, and how do people deal with the death of a child, or how does a child deal with divorce, and that sense of everything changing. And as Morris says, where did she go? The finality of death. She was there. And then there's a telephone call and she's gone. Where did she go?
And the way you've written it, the similarities between Janet's dad, because we never see him. Like, we don't see Janet's mum, but I embody her, whereas Janet's dad, like Morris's Janet to Morris, it's just gone.
Just gone, yeah. But so it's a tale. It's not a scary story. It's not a ghost story. It's not a horror story. It's a story about human relationships.
My dad left. He got a divorce. It's my fault. I know that now. My demon threw me out of bed and banged on the walls and smashed the windows and made me sleepwalk and cry and moan. My demon came here because my daddy had gone, and your demon came here because your Janet had died. Our demons together made all of this happen. My demon and your demon, and the pain and the sadness and the sorrow.
You're not my Janet.
No, I'm me, someone else entirely. But we can still be friends. We can help each other with the pain.
Describe the rehearsal process. How long was that, and methods that you used to convey the performances?
It was a little under a year, so it was quite a long time for rehearsing. We aimed for July to be ready for Buxton Fringe, which was our first performance. And we started just over a year ago, so like October 2022. And at the time we were like, God, that's ages away. And it got to like May and June, and we thought, that's
are we ready?
Soon.
Yeah. And the rehearsal style really is, it was, a lot of it was just as messing around, really. It was more workshopping than rehearsing.
Yeah, like we'd just do some stupid stuff and we'd be, that actually works.
Yeah, most of Janet's mannerisms that you see are things that came about from just messing around, when you couldn't be bothered to rehearse, and we thought, we'd better just get on with it. and so you just like, and all the things with the handshake stuff came out of that. Janet following me behind me when I'm explaining what a poltergeist is, and me turning around and she's just there. That, and even when in the last scene when Janet arrives sort of on a chair acting like an idiot.
I was really tired on a performance, so I just did it. And
I was like, that's got to stay in, because I just turned around and the line is, oh, there you are. And it was just, and she was sort of laid on this chair looking up at me, and I was like, oh, there you are. And I thought, well, that's got to stay in. So all of what I would see the high points of the show came about from just what, if we were posh, we'd call workshopping, but really it was just messing around.
Yeah, being stupid. Who's to know what's real? It's all made up stuff. And he said this, and she said that, and one minute it's this, and the next minute it's that, and who knows what the story really was when it first started out. I was there for you, Morris, just like you were there for me, and friends like that, we don't ask about pretending or making stuff up, because that's what friendship is really all about, isn't it? Focusing on the stuff that we like, and ignoring the stuff that we don't. Who'd be friends with anyone if we really knew what our friends were like? Don't think there'd be any friends in the whole wide world. So me, I don't know anything about pretending or making stuff up. Did you make stuff up.
What has the audience reaction been to it?
The audience that actually pay for the tickets and come themselves really, really love the story. Like, people that already know the story and want to watch it really enjoy it. Like, all our best feedback is from audience members.
Reviewers, yeah, we've had good reviews, we've had mediocre reviews, we've had bad reviews. And I think a lot of the time is with this story, if you're not aware of the story, at least vaguely, then you may think, Janet died on his brother's birthday. Oh God, that's a bit cliched. Or all the things that did happen. Yeah, and so we've had mixed reviews from the professionals, as it were. But I kind of like the fact that we're a very Marmite show, that people either love us or hate us. There's no people that say, well, it's all right. It's either we loved it or we hated it. And in a way, I'd sort of rather have that than just be there.
The two good reviews we had as well were people that came of their own accord.
Yeah, reviewers who we didn't know were going to be there.
They wanted to come and watch it, which is the difference we've found, is that people that we've asked to come haven't liked it.
And then don't do the research,
Yeah.
In their review, spell Morris's name wrong, spell it like a Morris Minor car, And the recording of Bill, one reviewer thought that was the actual tapes from Enfield, when it's not. It was me doing it, and then
I edited it.
Kira edited it on QLab and made it, good.
Yeah, but the audience feedback is just always amazing.
And that's what we do it for.
We do it for you.
We do it for the people.
But inside her, deep inside her, she kept a little ball of that sorrow and loss and fear and hatred deep inside her, curled up into a cancerous little ball that burned and seethed and hated and waited for the moment it could burst free. Like a demon inside her, watching, observing, despising this house and everyone who was in it.
The running time is 50 minutes. Is there an extended version? Is there a director's cut hidden away?
Not really, no.
We did talk about maybe making it longer, like developing a bit more for places that wanted maybe a longer show with an
And wanted an
interval.
interval so they can sell drinks.
But we didn't really go anywhere with it. We love the show that we've made.
Yeah.
And it's constantly developing. Like, we literally changed something last week to add for this run.
Like the telephone, that was new tonight.
Yeah.
Me talking into telephone. That's the first night that's happened.
Yeah, the one we're doing now is just constantly changing. Why do we need to add more to it to make it more complicated? And then we've got two shows in our brain of the same story. Yeah,
I feel if we tried to extend it, it would lose what we probably think of as like the core of the show. I think it would lose that.
It adds too much filler, I think.
Yeah. I think we managed to get the story across succinctly, and nobody gets bored, nobody gets a numb bum. We've all been to those shows where you're thinking, God, this should have ended 20 minutes ago. At least you don't get that with our show.
Brilliant. I think that's it. Nice.
Fantastic.
So
Thank you.
Thank you for coming and doing this.
Thanks.
It's much appreciated. Hello? Yes, speaking. Oh, hello there. Yes. It was the SPR. Yes? Well, of course. Yes, please. They've got a case for me. I understand, yes. Yes, of course, yes. Yes, delighted. Yeah. And the address? 284 Green Street, Enfield. Enfield?